morning, you guys. We're here at Broken Filter Live, and we're interviewing Malaki tonight at Irving Plaza. Today we have Ellsworth, Shauna, and Josh. And how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good.
Great.
Got done playing 10 minutes ago, so yeah, I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I
feel good.
I feel great.
Okay.
I am terrifyingly sober.
That is awful.
There are things they can fix, you know? It's fine.
And they did just finish a killer set, I might mention. So let's start with some questions, okay?
All right.
So I'm wondering, your band's name, Malaki, does it have any relation to Children of the Corn? Or is it some kind of Bible reference?
I wish when I named the band I was as clever to name it after something from Children of the Corn, but it's like an old it's a play on an old Hebrew word which means my message or messenger, and kind of got started because I was finally writing music when I first started demoing for this band that I felt was a really good reflection on my message musically. It's like, this is always what I wanted to do, and yet you might have to write 200 songs so you can start writing the kind of stuff that really gets you going, and that's why I named the band that, Malaki.
Music sends a message.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
So,
Plus,
Oh.
I've been in a tour bus with Shauna when she's waking up in the morning. Children of the Corn come to mind instantly.
yeah.
Malaki. All right. How would you guys describe your sound, and who are your influences?
Round robin.
As far as how would I describe the sound, it is the tiniest, nicest girl you could ever find, singing her heart out like it was almost like a classical tune, with 4 other dudes behind her trying to beat the hell out of you with their instruments individually. Influence-wise, I mean, we could all speak individually about that. I'll say I was raised by my father was a jazz musician, my mom was a concert pianist, and I've played anything in between. You know, the rest of the cats, I mean, we all come from different places, so I'll let them speak for themselves, I guess. You know.
Well, I grew up on, as far as influences, classic rock. I was always going to rock shows as a little girl. Like, my first one was Grateful Dead, and I was classically trained, vocal-wise. Let's see. As far as how to describe our music, I would say lots of layers. A lot of layers to it. It's very... If you were to dissect all the songs, there's just so much to it, but it's a beautiful thing. I don't know. Hard rock with a lot of layers and a lot of melodies, and yeah.
There you go. Influences 80% Milli Vanilli, 20% Menudo, but only the first record because it's the only good one.
A lot of the dance moves as well.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Ricky Martin had that shit down back in the day. So,
Get that Bible going.
So I mean, mostly the night. I grew up on I sort of discovered good music when the early '90s came about. Like all the grunge stuff from Seattle. That was all really authentic, and I think that was one of the things I really wanted to get across with Malaki was that the music was very packed with emotion. It means something, and I think that a lot of bands these days don't really have that. It's really more, look at us and look how we're dressed. Like the meaning behind music and songs is just, it's almost irrelevant now. It's like music is just sort of I hate to say it, but it's like an empty product where you can just sort of get out there. And back in the early 90s and sort of through that decade, music meant something. People were into music because of music, not because some guy had some stupid haircut or, oh, look at his jeans or something like that. You know, it's like, to me, Malaki is authentic. It's real. It's no gimmicks. There's no bullshit. It's just, it's music for people that like music.
Fight this feeling again. I'm going away.
So what you're saying is you guys are pretty fucking awesome.
Well, I mean,
Gotta believe in your own
I'm not
music.
gonna say it
Yeah.
out loud.
I'm pretty proud of. I mean, I'm really proud of the recordings we've done. I think that most people that like hard rock or metal will find something meaningful in what we do. It's really not a black or white thing. It's like you either like us or you don't like us. I mean, I think the reality is that there's something for everybody in this band. And even if tonight, I bet you that somebody in that crowd probably liked at least one of the 6 songs that we played. Because there's variety that's different. And so, I hope we're awesome.
I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, I wouldn't be in it if I didn't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Josh and I had worked together for 10 years. And down in LA on the Sunset Strip, we were part of a 3-group organization that kind of just rolled the Sunset Strip. Viper Room, Key Club, Roxy, Whiskey A Go Go. That was our stomping grounds, and we ran the town. And Josh tried for a long time to get me to get into the band, and I didn't say yes until I heard one of the songs. I was like, yeah, you wrote a song that makes sense to me. I don't know what you wrote it about, but to me, all of a sudden, you said something I couldn't say for myself.
That song was about whiskey, actually.
That makes a lot of sense now. No, when it comes down to it, though, I don't do what I don't believe. I absolutely believe in us. I absolutely want what we got. And while I love cats like Woven War and Atreyu and Unearthed and Beartooth, we've been touring with great guys, we're not that brutal, we're not that hard, and we're not trying to be. We do what we love, and then we do what we do, and I think we do it damn well.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of passion over here. How did you guys end up forming, and what bands have you been in prior, if any?
I started writing demos. I learned how to do Pro Tools and recording about 6 years ago. I started writing the first demos for this band, and I tried out 100 musicians. And it was a long, arduous process, just getting a group of people together that I believed in and that believed in me, and we all believed in each other to basically work well together. And it took a long time to get kind of the band to where it is right now. And what was the other part of the question? What was the second half?
And what bands have you been in prior, if any?
I was in a band called 4-Star Youth, where I played with his previous band, Trigger Point, in LA all the time. That's really the only thing of note.
I was in prior to joining Malaki, I was in another band based out of Illinois, and we were called Mind Drop. So I was in that one for 3 years or so.
Weirdly enough, I wasn't on Texas Blues. I've been a road dog for a long time. I'm a gun for hire. I started when I was 17, so I've been in bands in San Francisco, Oakland, Seattle, Chicago, Cleveland, California, San Diego, Los Angeles. I mean, I play where people pay me to play, and I can play most things, and I don't join bands unless I really like somebody. The last big bands I've worked with before, I did some work with Chimera. I did some work with a band out of Cleveland as well, Ohio Sky. Trigger Points, I mentioned before. We did our last record with Sean Lopez from Far and Crosses. And then a bunch of hippy-dippy stuff where I got to wear like slippers and sandals on stage. I got to play some music in Hawaii as well. I don't know, I do what I can when I can do it.
Shuffling around in your bathrobe on stage.
That
sounds pretty awesome.
I've actually done that, and it's really comfortable. I mean, like, the tight leather pants or the tight metal pants or whatever, that's all fun and good. But it's nice to be in, like, jellies and look like the Big Lebowski. Like, and actually be on stage like that. That's a lot of fun. You, like, throw down and be like, hey, everybody, how's it going? You know?
This is kind of a funny question. How are you guys adjusting to your new situation, having a female singer? And are you adopting her in a sisterly manner, or like you guys kind of like want to bang her secretly, or what's the deal?
Oh no, she's little sister.
I think it's more violence than
I grew up with sisters, and I see what I mean? No, I grew up with little sisters. I grew up with like siblings and females, and so for me, like instinctively, right out the gate, she was little sister. And there's rule number one in all bands. If any fan out there is ever curious about starting a band, rule number one: never bang your bandmates. It's just a bad idea. Or your bandmate siblings. That's also come up too.
That's not as bad.
I concur.
It still makes for trouble later. Point is that she came in automatically right at the gate. Look at her. She's adorable. I mean, yeah, she was in a bar. I'd be like, hey, girl, hey. But the reality is that she's on stage with me. That means she's my crew now, which means that if some dude says something rude to her, this is Big Brother time, and I'm going to take care of business one way or another. That's how it works. She's little sister. I yell at her like it's little sister half the time, too.
She's giving you some incredible makeup tips, though. You know,
she's really, really got my eyeliner game on point. Dude. I won't even front. I mean, my God, look at these brows. You think that's an accident? This is premeditated. No, it definitely is one of the situations of having a girl in your band, or girls, multiple. I've had them before, and mixed gender bands can be a tricky scenario. I mean, everyone's heard the legendary stories behind like Fleetwood Mac, where everyone is doing everybody who is doing everybody, and it just makes for trouble later. We're in this because we love it, yeah, but this is also what we do. This is a life. This is a lifestyle. We gotta be in a truck. Like, I mean, we literally have done a haul this tour alone for 27 hours straight. And if you're mad at somebody because something happened over some other scenarios, it just makes life that much more difficult. What's the point of complicating it, you know? So when it comes down to it, right out of the gate, you know, we may disagree on some stuff, but she's a little sister. In the same way that all these boys on stage with me are brothers, and when it's time to go to war on stage or go to war off stage, we take care of each other, one way or another, you know?
I definitely say I've gained, 4 amazing brothers. I moved out here with no family or friends. I just kind of had to build my life up from scratch. And it was a year, actually, on October 5th. So I'm proud to say that I've gained, like, a family out here. So gained, like, another home away from home.
So this is your first national tour, and your first tour with this lineup.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, how is it living in close quarters with each other, and are there any pet peeves going on?
Yes.
I'm sure.
They all relate to her.
I make the van smell good.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't fart a lot, which is great.
Trust
but
me.
Lotion is so strong.
Any way that you're making the van smell good, we're making it smell worse.
Just keep sneezing from it.
So anyway, there's no way you can be in a 15-passenger van for 2-3 weeks and not be annoyed as hell at pretty much everybody around you at least once or twice. It's gonna happen. It's unavoidable. You just have to sort of, keep a level head, drink a lot of alcohol, and
I don't.
Well,
if it's a show day,
we have to because her. So it's just one of those things. Like, you just have to get through it. And once you're on tour, you don't talk for a week to each other.
That's accurate.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everything's good again.
We all get along though. It kind of sounds like we hate each other, but we don't.
We're all secretly conspiring against each other.
Absolutely.
At some level. Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, the whole family thing comes over and over again because, you're in these places and you're in these situations where. Sorry. You're in these situations and places where, right at the end of the day, you're with each other all the damn time. Like, there's no separation of it. And, you want to have a chance to have alone time for adult purposes or, do whatever you...
What are those?
Reading Angela Lansbury novels and applying aloe to my elbows and eating plenty of fiber. No, in all honesty, it's like, it's one of those situations that it comes down to it. Name one person who can go to Thanksgiving dinner and doesn't have a few arguments, you know what I mean? It happens. We're going to be a family on this road together. We're going to live and work and fight for each other. So there's going to be some fights along the way. And yes, a week afterwards, the show, I don't want to talk to any of you after we get done with this for a while.
You won't.
But then I'll come back and be like, hey guys, nice to see you again, That's just kind of how it works. It's always been like that for me on every band and every road show. And it's worked out well enough, I guess. We're still here.
I can't wait until that week starts, honestly.
Shut your face.
I understand you guys also have a new live DVD.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me about that?
Sure. So we filmed it January 13th of this year at the Troubadour, and it was a 4-camera shoot. And honestly, a lot of people are like, "Oh, come to this city, come to that city," and the reality is that we might be able to get to that city this year or next year. It just depends on how the tours roll through. And so, if people want to check us out and see what we're about live, it's a fully professionally produced video of us basically just throwing down last January. And so I've never done anything like it before, like where we had to basically edit the video and like, put all the audio together. I mean, you know, like making 30 minutes of audio sound good, that's a bit of a pain in the ass, making everything blend together. But we made it work, and I'm really proud of it. You know, I mean, for the amount of money, and that's the other thing, is because we do so much in the band ourselves in terms of the production, and even we make our own merch. You know, it's like we can keep costs down so that we can afford to do things like this and go on tour with bands like Atreyu and spend the money that we have to spend for gas and everything like that, because we don't have to pay a producer, we don't have to pay somebody to make our merch for us. You know, it's sort of like a give and take. Like if bands want to figure out how they can afford to do stuff, get better at the tools of your trade. Like learn the tools of your trade well enough that all the things that you need are no longer, you know, outsourced to somebody else is going to charge you an arm and a leg.
That's really respectable that you guys are a hardworking, like DIY band.
Well,
I know it's not easy, and
you know, like what is a label deal anymore? What does that mean? You know, like it really doesn't mean much. And the reality is that, you know, what are they going to do? Basically, they're going to pay for an album, and they're going to pay for you to go on tour, and you're basically in debt to that label, right? So you're never theoretically going to make any money unless you really break, because, you know, you're basically just going to be in debt like perpetually.
Yeah.
It's like, who wants to do that? So we'd rather just basically control as much of the process as we can, because the more we control, the more we trust what we're putting out, the more we believe in what we're putting out, and hopefully people are going to see, like we talked about earlier, it's as authentic as we can make it, because when you go to our merch table, you're supporting us and what we're actually creating ourselves.
oh, it's very wise.
And that being said, though, if someone wants to pay us to do stuff, we'll do it, please.
We will take your money. Yeah, we'll take your money.
I'm just saying that.
So, how can fans purchase the music or the live DVD?
The live DVD will be available online for purchase on October 20th on our merch store. You basically just go to malakiband.com. You'll have links for everything. We have 2 EPs available: the Black EP and the Blue EP. Both are available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, pretty much anywhere online that you can find it. You can grab it. We also have physical copies available at shows. And yeah.
What has been the funniest moment of this tour so far?
I fell on stage today.
You did?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I thought it was kind of funny.
I don't know. What?
I've never done
How
that.
much are we allowed to say right now?
Well, I don't know. What's the funniest fucking moment? I don't know. Like what? Like.
When you got drunk. When you got drunk and you spilled water on your shirt, you went to drink and you just went.
That wasn't funny. It was just sad.
That was funny.
I'm the band drinker. I mean, it's no surprise. No, I will say there's been a couple of fun moments with the other bands. They've gotten a little bit worried. I've had words tonight. They're like, "How are you doing, by the way? Like, is everything okay?
Hey, brother.
Hey, do you need an outreach?" No. I like for example, Josh has the new name of grilled cheese. That was fun.
Oh yeah, I woke up like thinking that I stole someone's grilled cheese sandwich. I don't know why that happened in the van.
Yelled grilled cheese in the car like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Funny stuff. Funny stuff on tour. I don't know.
It's all individual moments. It's all
Like shot in the head the other day. That was
oh yeah, that was.
On stage, I got hit in the head with.
I didn't mean to do it. I really didn't.
So, have you guys yet experienced any groupie or stalker phenomenon?
Keep your fucking mouth shut. Shut it.
Yes. Period.
I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, and I apologize. I apologize for that.
You can say whatever.
Yeah, I just swear to God, I can't get into it.
I
so
swear to God.
I won't get into it, and I will. If I had a few more drinks, I'd get into it, but I haven't. So
we have more shows to do. This interview is over.
Everybody find you guys on the internet and in social media.
we are on all the internets and social medias. Facebook.com/MalakiBand, MalakiBand.com, Instagram, our hashtag or whatever it is MalakiBand.
Is it LA or something? Oh, no, that's Twitter.
That's Twitter. And then Twitter, our handle is MalakiBand_LA. But honestly, if you type MALAKI into any search engine, you'll probably find us and a 12-year-old kid from England.
MALAKI.
Yeah. So.
Malaki.
Yeah. You know, like we have these like stage banners on stage that clearly spell our name out, and a lot of people have tagged us in photos with the wrong spelling of our name, and the picture includes the right spelling. So MALAKI. Yeah, you can find us anywhere online.
What can I do to get through to you? Are you listening?
This is Josh from Malaki.
This is Shauna.
And this is Elle from Malaki, and you are watching
Broken Filter
Filter Live.